This is Lidar, a decommissioned Amazon factory droid that now plays the drums on a bucket for tips. I started this project 6 months ago when I opened a time capsule for my 10-year-old self, and inside was $20 and a letter that read, "When I am 20, I would help spend money on parts to make the first artificial intelligent robot." So I had no other choice but to do exactly that. I started by making some sketches. I wanted to go for a mix between like a Star Wars robot and Boston Dynamics dogs. I drew a lot of inspiration from the L337 droid from the Han Solo movie. And with that, I did a like circular head, and I wanted the eye to spin all the way around. I knew I wanted to incorporate a spinning thing on the head of the robot that would resemble a Lidar sensor that's usually seen on like robot dogs and self-driving cars. So with my $20 budget, I went ahead and bought a hazard light for the top of his head. Okay, so here's the hazard light that I'm gonna be using. First of all, it has this, like, what do they call it? Cigarette lighter, who knows, thing that goes into a car usually. But I'm just gonna hook this up to my variable power supply and we'll get this thing going. So cool, so awesome. Doesn't draw much current in this mode, but you can see I can switch the modes here. Here's one, here's one, here's one, here's one, here's one. And then this is what we want. We want them all on. Okay, so let's take the hat off this thing. That's pretty cool. We got all those LEDs. So now I'm gonna stop running current through it, take it off, look at the board, see what we gotta do to control it manually. There we go. Let's look at a couple things that I'm noticing here right off the get-go. First of all, power comes into here and goes immediately into a voltage regulator here. We're gonna have to turn on the power supply and check what actual voltage is converting it to, but I think it's a good idea if we keep this on the board and use that running 12 volts in still. Other thing, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these guys, and these must be the transducers which go into, wait, no, transistors. You thought I made a mistake. I didn't. Transistors which go into like each of these, so it's like pairs of them to each transducer. Okay, this is the board that's like, I'm assuming is a microcontroller for this board to do each of the modes and all that logic stuff, which I am gonna scrap. Before I go ahead and start cutting everything up, I'm gonna first just take some voltage readings when this thing is on. Turn this up. Whoa, that's awesome. Tron? Did somebody call Tron? Somebody get Tron on the phone. That looks like Tron. That's actually epic. Okay. Let's see what we can call ground. Yeah, to be honest, I'm kind of lost. Okay, wait. No, I don't know. I'm gonna think this is ground because it's not lighting up. I don't know. The middle one must be... Oh, Okay, it's 5.5 volts going into each. It's giving -5 volts? Whoa, 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 whoa. That's quite the accusation. This must be ground. Whoa. Don't know what that was. Okay. Okay, this gotta be ground. This thingy. Nope. Maybe this is ground. This must be ground. I'm so confused. Embarrassing. Here's the signal that button does. Gonna cut that. Hopefully that wire being floating doesn't cause anything. Okay, I'm gonna quickly check to make sure this just little strip of it can run on 12 volts, which would make this a lot more convenient. Okay, it can. So I wired up the MOSFET, as you can see right there, and I have it hooked up to the Arduino. This to this to this. Let's see, and boop. Okay, okay. They turned on. And they're staying on. Don't know what all that's about. I was going through an old Arduino starter kit I had. Turns out they had a bunch of transistors in there. Alright, so I wired it up now. So it's all hooked up. We got a signal wire going in. Now I'm just gonna run the classic blink sketch off the Arduino to try and blink that one set of LEDs here. So first I'm gonna upload the sketch. Light on the Arduino is blinking, which is good. Now I'm gonna plug in the power supply. Y'all seeing this right now? Let's go! So I just wired up these hazard lights with these nice connectors. It's really cool. And we're about to test them. And I don't have much confidence, but let's just check it out. It's not great, but they're on. Whoa, that's good. All right, I found the problem. That was straight up a coding problem. There we go. Okay, these aren't lighting up still, and this one's just staying on no matter what. Good news is, I got it working. Look at that. All of them are turning on, going in a full circle. Bad news is, the way I fixed it is I accidentally dropped it. Okay, last thing to test is if these lights will also turn on, but from the Arduino. Let's go! About to test these lights. I have a PWM signal, which means I basically want them to dim and get brighter, dim, get brighter. That's what should be happening. Let's see. Alright, so right now you can see it's going around one by one, and I want these to kind of dim because they are still hooked up to PWM, so they can also kind of do this little dimming trick. It'll be a whole animation. That's a lot of coding though. So I'm gonna hold off on that. And it's a lot of coding. I know what all you nerds are saying. You're saying, that's not a lot of coding, just add some delays. We don't use delays. Delays take up time. We don't take up time in my code. My code runs continuously. It logs the time of the last event. You don't understand how complicated this code is. I mean, this is Microsoft level. Okay, since everyone is so adamant about that part of the code being so easy, I went ahead and did it, and it was hard. You can see it's going slowly through that animation, but guess what? PWM isn't exactly like dimming a light, it's more like turning it off for half of the time. It's a whole thing. So it kind of turns on too quick. So guess what I'm about to do? I'm about to insert a non-linear function so it turns on slower. I'm doing all of this because you guys said it was easy. Alright, there you go, guys. Hope you're happy. I'm using an exponential function that returns, yeah, look at this, look at it, look at it, look at it. I'll tell you what, the things I do in the name of science, sue me. Let's move on. Okay, as you can see, my workspace is very clean, But what just happened was I assumed these potentiometers right there were continuous. I was spinning that little knob right there, just like like voo, 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 5 times in a row. I totally just broke that. So we're gonna see if I can fix it somehow. Eat up, baby. So I guess the takeaway from that experience was just buy new motor controllers. Guess what came in the mail today? Raspberry Pi camera, Module 2. On today's episode of Unboxing Therapy, we are going to be taking a look at this. Let's see what's inside. And there it is. There's the camera. Let's slide this on out. Okay. There it is. There we got the characteristic thin ribbon cable. There's the camera, has a little protector on it. That's a nice touch. And as you can see, here is the Raspberry Pi, which this is going to attach into. Let me do that and we'll get it all set it up. Hey guys! We got the camera working. This is being recorded on the Raspberry Pi. Check it out. This is the Raspberry Pi. Well, we gotta get the focus right. There's the screen running the code. Feedback! Camera feedback! Whoa! Yeah. This is pretty dang cool if you ask me. Yeah. Okay, you can stop the video. Just some prop comedy. Stop recording. Stop recording me right now. Stop. Alright, so I got these lights working. As you can see, they're pretty cool. So now I have it in there. And it's actually working. Quick update, here you can see I have the neck in place. It's all floppy, but here are some of the motors that are going to move the neck. There's one here, one here. They're oriented that way because I kind of wanted it to have like shoulder blades going up and down. Thought that would be cool to move the head, but that's not working out. So I'm gonna now make new parts to orient it this way, each motor. Very temporary, and I hate it, but we're just gonna do it. Okay, we're about to test the neck. Oh, it's possible that it just struggles to lift its head from this position. So I'm gonna push this down to more like right there. Ooh. It's kind of like the Tin Man, but instead of oil, it's glue. Well, skibbity dot and data because this guy is busted. I'm gonna call that good. It is currently 10 a.m. and I got 2 hours of sleep, so this is good enough. So a decent way through this project, I found out about this art gallery that was going down in Seattle, and I decided to submit what I had for Lidar and ask for a grant, a small grant of $600. And well, they gave it to me, and that was rather unexpected. Big news! As you can see, Lidar is not in a good position right now, but we got some good news. I was given a grant of money, real money. Only catch? No catch. I just have to display Lidar in an art gallery for a month. So Lidar's gotta be reliable. It's gonna be running for a month. What? That's a long time. I've never built something that reliable. So yeah, I got money now. It's not a big deal or anything. So for the body, I know that I want to make it out of metal, most likely aluminum, like rectangular bar. So here you can see is a mock-up. So more or less this is what it's gonna look like. Gonna add some more supports, but you can see it's pretty simple. He's just gonna have one joint at the arm, at the shoulder there, to bang on his drum. Boom, 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 boom. So I need to use a TIG welder on some aluminum to build this structure, at least the skeleton. And I just had an email exchange with the guy who's in charge of the engineering machine shops at my university, and he said I can't use the TIG welder because I'm building art and I'm not part of an engineering club. I want to build a robot. I'm not gonna build a car as part of one of your clubs. It's so boring. I used a solenoid that is basically just a magnet and some coils, look it up. And I have that on a relay, and it's going in and out like an emergency button, like he's constantly trying to stop himself, but he just can't stop the groove. For a lot of the parts, I had to use a lot of old parts from old projects because turns out $600 isn't enough to build a full robot. So the servo I ended up using from an old robot, along with the Arduino Uno, my Raspberry Pi, and some other things.
Dave, stop. Will you stop, Dave? I'm afraid. I'm afraid, Dave. My mind is going. There is no question about it. I can feel it. I can feel it. I'm afraid.
Okay. Update. I've been cutting a lot of metal. Extrusion. As you can see, these are his shoulders, obviously. I've been doing this all by hand, so I'm using a little chop saw, and I'm also drilling these on the drill press. Abysmal. Truly. Look at that. I don't even know if I want to include that and show you guys, because that's just terrible. But it will make a functioning robot, which is more than what a lot of you can say. I submitted to Open Source, which is William Osman's like show maker thing, and they just emailed me saying, "You're in. If you can prove to us that it will be done in time," which is July. I've got a due date in less than 2 weeks, and I don't think I'm gonna get that done, so July is easy.
It's like a ChatGPT.
Yeah, ChatGPT helped a lot with the screen. So I just got a bunch of like pseudocode running on his screen that goes up, along with some code words that basically Amazon employees aren't allowed to say certain things on the app that they use to communicate to each other. Super messed up, super funny. So the week of when I had to set it up, I was not ready. He was many pieces scattered across my apartment, and I had to figure out a way to get him ready in time. So I prioritized just his physical form. Here you can see me testing the pneumatics. They startled me a little bit. For all the bolts, I bought this stuff called Perma Blue, which is this solution where you can dip any like zinc alloy and it darkens the metal to make it look aged, and that was a lot of fun. To age him totally, I put vinegar and steel wool in a jar and let that sit for like 3-4 days, and then it creates this like steel rust mixture that I just painted on with a paintbrush and let it drip down naturally, and that created a pretty convincing metal effect. Like, comment, subscribe, please.
400 likes. Can we get 5,000
Please get me to 500 views. Send this to all your friends. Please, he needs facial recognition. I need him to know which are the police. I'm headed to the Open Sauce Convention in a couple days. What? and he is not ready, but that's for another time. That's the end of the video. Thank you guys. Like, comment, subscribe, send this to your friend. Subscribe to Ro Ramden. What?
Wait, low-key, great idea. All right.
Doot doot doot.
Doot doot.